Alright guys, we are here for, I need to move this. Hey, I'm recording. We're here for day 5 of the Thomas track pants sew along. So this is our final day and today we're going to tackle our zipper hem. I didn't get a zipper. I need to get a zipper. You go. There, that one will work. Okay, sorry, forgot a zipper. Alright, so I'm trying to get everything sort of organized for us. Alright. Okay. I am going to be using a mock-up for this tonight since I didn't want to struggle with that green and everything blending in and not showing up again. So what we're doing is this it? No, this one's not it.
You should ask if anyone wants to buy some anime or something.
Go upstairs, go upstairs. All right, this is our zipper hem right here, and what this does is it makes these pants great for warm-up pants. So if you have a kid who has some sort of practice rehearsal, anything from dance to basketball, baseball, wrestling, whatever, these pants are great because of the zipper hem. Sorry, these aren't hemmed. You can open that up and you can put these on and off without taking off a tennis shoe, which was huge for me. So the zipper is tall enough that Thomas has always been able to get his big feet out of these things. So this is what we're going to be sewing tonight. Watch that. Yep, Thomas agrees. He's like, yes, I can get my shoes out of there. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Shannon. So this is our focus tonight. So he loves these pants. He came down yesterday and saw his pile sitting on the table and exclaimed, Thomas track pants. So he is very proud of this pattern. So all right, so on the pattern piece towards the bottom hem there is a triangle marking. That marking tells you where to stop when you're sewing the side seam. So I'm just simulating that with, actually let's make that with this clip. So to do the zipper hem, you cannot sew your side seam with a serger. If you want that finished edge that I have here, you have to sew both leg pieces with the serger individually prior to assembling that side seam. So there's the serged edge right there. So now we have that stopping point marked, and so we just right sides together, run a straight stitch down our side seam with our standard 3/8 seam allowance. So just a straight stitch all the way down. So when you get to your marking, that triangle, you want to back stitch. You want that to be really secure. Okay, there we go. I was a little nervous that that stitch wouldn't show up. So that's our side seam. So now we take our side seam and press it open. We're going to press open the seam allowance, and we're going to press it open all the way down to the bottom. So all the way to the hem. You're gonna, can you see what I'm doing? Let me scoot down a little. I think this is the game I always play every night, is moving stuff so that you can see. There. Okay, so I'm taking this seam allowance and pressing open and going all the way down. And you want to maintain that 3/8 inch all the way down. So, the better you press this, the easier this assembly is going to be. Hi, Rachel. So, just press all of that open. Just like that. And then you can see where it's not sewn together. I continued pressing that seam allowance open. So, we've talked about our fabric choices with this pattern. We can use knit. If you're using knit or even a really slinky woven, like some of those athletic nylon fabrics, I do recommend that you stabilize the seam allowance where the zipper is in place. So after you have that pressed open, it's really easy to see how far you need to go down. So I just flipped one leg out of the way. I'm pressing the seam allowance, just finger press it with my fingers back down. And then along the back side of the seam allowance, I'm putting some interfacing. Don't use knit interfacing. It's just going to stretch out. It's not going to serve any purpose. So a lightweight woven interfacing. I love SF101, and if you've been with us for a while, you know I preach about SF101 all the time. So just put that on the wrong side of both seam allowances. And you can do this prior to stitching it. Either way, it doesn't matter when you interface it. If you interface it before you sew the side seam, then you're not pressing this area twice, but lots of pressing. Okay, so there you can see the interfacing, and it's on the wrong side. So all that's on the wrong side. Now, move our mat. Take our leg. Actually, I'm going to press it one more time. I grabbed French terry, hoping that the front and back would show well. It's not. I grabbed a gray because whenever I grab white, the camera doesn't like it, and whenever I grab something darker, the camera doesn't like it. So I middle gray, and now you can't see the background. So there, just pressed really well. Now lay your leg right side up and take your zipper, and it's just a standard zipper, nylon separating, or it's not a separating zipper, it's just a regular zipper. And we're going to get our threads out of the way. Just slide it behind. Oh, I missed a step. We need to iron a little bit more. Okay, before we put the zipper in, press the seam allowance up and in place. So it's a 1-inch seam allowance, or press the hem in place. There we go. So it's a 1-inch hem. Go ahead and press that. And that will tell us where we need to put our zipper. So okay. On this fabric, it's not a really thick French terry, but it's a little bit, it's a good weight, it's a good medium weight. I like to press on both sides to really make sure that that seam is in. Okay, now we go back to the zipper. So we have our hem pressed up. Now take your zipper and we're gonna put the pull on the bottom. We're gonna slide it behind the fabric. And then, oh, I lost my pins. And I pin it in place. So I'm gonna get a couple pins in here and then I will show you what we have going on. And I know the views are kind of not ideal sometimes with these types of videos. There is a video on the blog that shows all of these steps from a bird's eye view. So it would be just like you're looking down at it. Okay. So there's our zipper pinned in place. The end of the zipper pull, or the end of the zipper tape, lines up with that crease. So this is from the back. You can see the end of the zipper tape, and this is where I pressed it so that when that gets hemmed, it will encase all that. So on the front, this is what it looks like. So after the zipper is pinned in place, and you can determine how much you want the zipper teeth to show. It's really however close you place the folded edge there, the more the zipper teeth show, the larger that seam allowance gets, so you can't get too crazy or you'll have some weird distortion. So now we're going to sew this in place. Decided to adjust something. So I like to do this all in one direction. If you go up, over, and then down, what can happen is your fabric, even though we've stabilized it, it can get pushed and kind of moved around a little bit. So if you go up, over, and down, the fabric on one side has been pushed this direction. Fabric on this side gets pushed downward, and you can end up with your hem not being aligned, or if you have a pattern fabric that you're trying to match, your pattern won't match up anymore because you've shifted your fabric around. So for this, I'm going to start at the bottom and go up, and start at the bottom and go up. I'll start at the bottom, go up, and go over on one of those, but that's how we're going to do it. You want a zipper foot, or actually no, I'm not going to use a zipper foot, I don't think, for this. Let me check, and I'll tell you why in just a second. No, I'm not. Okay. So when you use the zipper foot to top stitch, you have just this little tiny area that you're putting pressure on for the fabric. So that's the only place that the top of the fabric is being held in place, and it doesn't always feed evenly and nicely. And so what can happen is you can get little puckers in your fabric because it's just not feeding smoothly because it's such a tiny space that is moving the fabric along. A zipper foot is great for installing a zipper. It's not great for top stitching around a zipper. So, like, that would be up on there, and it's such a little amount of fabric that's getting maneuvered. If you use your general, I'm trying to do this and not stab myself. If you use your general sewing foot, look how much more space is holding that fabric in place. It's way bigger. And what I do is I will situate the zipper foot so that it's right, the edge of the zipper foot is right along the fold, just like that. And then I will move the needle over all the way, or wait a minute, okay. I do it from both directions, but here, you're more likely, okay, I had it right the first time. It might be mirrored image. So I'll move the needle over all the way to the left so that it's as close as possible to the zipper teeth. So, and that's how I top stitch my zippers. I hardly ever top stitch a zipper with the zipper foot. There, get that back on. Okay, so now that all of my pins are in backwards. And then also, the zipper pull's not really in the way either, doing it this way. Okay, so get that all situated. Oh, I said that and then I caught the zipper pull. Oh, there we go. I got caught in that, I can never remember what that button's called. There's that black button on the side that can mess with the position of your foot. Okay, and then turning and going across. I am going across the top a couple times. Ow. Just palmed my iron, you guys. So, really secure that top because it's going to take some abuse. Hi, Leslie. So there, I've gone from the bottom up and then over. And then I did that, like I said, with my regular zipper foot. And look, I can still get nice and close. Okay. That thread is... Okay, so now I'm going to go up the other side. So when you go up the other side, remember to move your needle over. I had a long way to go. So, all right, and then back up. I'm lining the edge of the foot up with the fold of the fabric. There you go. That's all there is to that zipper hem. And then we do have some excess fat or zipper up here, and what I would do is I would just cut off this end right there. So now to hem, we just fold that hem back over up here like this, fold it in place. We've already pressed it, so it knows exactly where to go. I have these little tiny pins in my dish for some reason, and I need to get them out. Alright, so see, that's just pinned in place. And now we're just going to top stitch. So you would start on one side and just work your way all the way around is all you would do. Don't forget that you moved that needle over, so you do need to put that back. Next to the zipper, I do go down really secure it. Just like that. And see where I secured it in place right there? And then that's what it would look like on the back side. And the zipper is encased. That's it. That's all there is for the unlined zipper hem. If you have never put a zipper into a garment, this is a beautiful beginner project. It's a lot simpler than a dress would be, way simpler than a lined dress. It's really just as easy as doing one of the little pouches. So it is definitely a project that a confident beginner could handle. Just take your time. You can use a glue stick to hold your zipper in place if you need. All right, it is really important to install the zipper before you sew the side seam. Well, you sew the side seam first. You just have to stop at that marking. So that's all. You just got to remember to stop at the mark. So that's it. And then we would press it would get hemmed all in one round, but because I have, it's split because it's a mock-up. I was told the term, what are they called? They're called breakouts, I guess, in the world where they know what they're doing on stuff like the professionals. When you have step-by-step things, I think they're called breakouts, where it's just a mock-up sample. So that's our zipper hem. There's a video for doing the lined zipper hem pants in the pattern, and it's like a magic trick. It's so cool. I danced around and acted like a crazy fool after I figured that out. That's a cool project. You'll feel like a magician. It's really cool. It's not really any more difficult than this. You just have to very carefully watch the steps and do them in the proper order, and you can have fully lined zipper pants. On the lined ones, all of this is encased. Like it's all hidden and tucked away. I don't have a pair right now. I haven't finished. I was going to do a color block version for him with the lined zipper hem, and I haven't finished them yet. His last pair he grew out, so yeah, I know you liked them. So the ones that were on the cover of the pattern in the listing, he wore those to death. So
I drowsed them.
any questions for me tonight? Is there anything that I missed in this sew along that you guys want me to address? This time I didn't do things like, okay, today we're sewing the side seam and the inseam. I did do this one a little bit differently so that I could address each individual step. So we started, if you missed it, the first day of sewing, which was day 2, I did sew a basic pair of pants from beginning to end. There's a video on the blog that's uninterrupted and quick and no babbling. And then there's live videos that I need to link to the event group when I'm done here, that has more of my banter back and forth with myself. So I don't know, any questions at all? I feel like we covered a lot this week. Pockets, the zipper, piping, elastic. There were a couple hacks on the blog with eliminating the side seam and color blocking the bottom, either for design look or if you don't have enough fabric. So, all right, this was probably our shortest one yet. So, okay, if you guys don't have any questions for me, I am going to post the giveaway entry spot in the Facebook group. Oh, Leslie, you like this format? Thank you. Okay, good. I'm positive feedback. Yay. And I'll take any feedback. Like, I take criticism really well. If you have something that you would like to see me do better, let me know. I do these for you guys. So, good. I'm glad you appreciate the tips. I try to like blob everything out, because you never know what you do that may be routine to you that somebody else doesn't know. So I feel like we take a lot of things for granted when we're doing different things that we're comfortable with. And so little things like what direction to pin in, I try to explain that so that maybe somebody doesn't know. So I'm glad it's helpful. But and then I lose my train of thought. So anyway, I'll get that up. Every pair of track pants that you have sewn this week that you post a picture of in the giveaway entry is an entry to win a $50 gift certificate to the Love Notion shop and a $50 gift certificate to Surge Fabrics. Both of those gift certificates are going to one winner. You will have through the weekend to sew, because I know that it can be crazy busy. Weekends can be crazy busy, but you'll have through the weekend to sew. You must have your picture commented done by midnight Sunday night, like, you know, when Sunday night turns into Monday morning, 11:59 p.m. Sunday. That's when entries are due. Monday I will draw a winner for our gift certificates. I won't draw that winner until afternoon sometime. So I'll be in class during the first part of the day. So, all right, if you have any questions, post in the group. If you want to email me, help@lovenotions.com. Yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So thank you very much for joining me. I had a lot of fun. Our next sew along will be in October. And by popular request, we will be doing the Whistler. So start stocking.
Will be my dress.
Your dress will get done. Start stashing back your sweater knits, because we're going to be sewing Whistlers next month. So thank you very much, everybody, and I can't wait to see all the Thomas track pants fill up my feed.
That's
So
my name.
that is your name. Good night.